to Heavenly Eats, and today we're going to do a saag. Now you've heard of methi saag, you've heard of palak, you've heard of the famous sarson ka saag, but what we are going to cook is pui saag. Now pui saag, what the hell is pui saag? Well, I just looked it up in Google and I'll tell you what it is. Some call it Ceylon spinach, some call it Malabar spinach, the Chinese call it san choy, the Vietnamese mung toi, aluk bati for the Filipinos, remayang for the Malay. Well, I think I've given you enough. What we're going to do is pui saag with fish head, a Bengali staple from rural Bengal. I'm Saurabh Ghosh. We're going to do spinach today, or the food of Popeye the Sailor Man. Off to the kitchen. So to start cooking, we just start by adding about a teaspoon of or 2 teaspoons of oil. This is mustard oil, and this is a Bengali type of cooking. Now, pui saag is a spinach which is also called Malabar spinach. The Chinese call it san choy. These are the masalas that will be required to temper initially at the start. We've got 5 spice, we've got turmeric, I'm sorry, that's turmeric, and this is roasted jeera powdered. We've got chili powder, 2 whole chilies, and ginger garlic paste. To start the tempering, let's put in all these ingredients. First, we put in the chilies. So I've put the potatoes in to fry. Put the rest of the vegetables in. This is the brinjal or the eggplant. A very simple recipe. The cubes of pumpkin, cubes of radish. Now this is actually a stem, and the stem of the pui saag or the san choy, it goes very well, and everyone will tell you, whoever eats pui saag, that this is one ingredient that really needs to be added to this lovely curry. Now some people call pui saag a herb, some people call it a vegetable. I call it a vegetable. So in goes the spinach. Along with all the saag. And now it's time to put in all the masala. Slight dab of chili powder. The roasted jeera, this is something which is a necessity because it gives a beautiful flavor. You need some turmeric powder as well, not too much, about half a teaspoon. Toss this mixture. You can see the beautiful colors already coming out. This is another very tasteful Bengali dish. Add salt for the seasoning. Just to enhance flavors, put in a bit of sugar also. Some people like it this way, some don't. I like the sugar part. It gives a nice taste. Now, with the fish head that I've shown you initially in the recipe, what you need to do is, I've already fried it up. Yeah, now the vegetables have been frying up for some time. We need to add about half a cup of water. Don't put in too much. Just give this a slight turn. Now that the whole thing is moist, you need to put in the cover. Turn on the flame a bit so that it can simmer and cook in its own juices for some time. Okay, so this has been simmering away for around 15 minutes now, and you can see that it's come to a nice boil. Vegetables are also soft. Now we'll go back to the fish head that I had shown you. I've put a bit of turmeric and salt and already kept it fried. You have to fry this so that it's ready to put directly into the vegetables. So put the fish head in. You need to try and break it into as many pieces as possible so that the flavors of the fish also gets infused into the vegetables. And this is a rural, rustic dish in Bengal where not everyone can eat the fish, but the fish head is something which is enjoyed by all, and slowly this has become such a well-loved way of cooking Pui Saag or Sanchoy that for every Bengali this is almost like an iconic dish. Now that the fish head is all in and well mixed with the vegetables, we need to keep it on a simmer for another 5 minutes. The 5 minutes with the fish head are over. Oh yes, this looks all ready. And the final touches, I have here Garam Masala powder and jeera, which has been roasted and then powdered, and which gives a lovely flavor. So I highly recommend this. It is, whether you want to give it or you don't, Totally up to you. But I highly recommend this because this does give a very nice flavor to the dish and enhances and elevates the whole Pui Saag. And there you have it, friends. Pui Saag, done in the Bengali style, Sanchoy in Chinese, Malabar spinach, Ceylonese spinach, call it whatever. It's a beautiful dish and can be eaten as a very healthy food. As you've seen, I've only put in 2 tablespoons of oil, and that's all that has been required to cook this dish. So it's very healthy, it has very less calories as it's only the fish head and the vegetables. A beautiful healthy food to be eaten with just plain white rice. Divine. A beautiful food from Bengal.